Well, hello and welcome to our chat today. My name is Eric Walquist. I'm the Senior Content Marketing Manager here at SUSE, and I'm so excited to be joined by Ivan Taran. Ivan, can you introduce yourself to the people here?
Sure. Hi, Ivan. Great to meet you all. I'm on the product marketing team at SUSE, and I'm in charge of the enterprise container management portfolio.
That's great. So when we talk about ECM, as we like to abbreviate that, Enterprise Container Management, it's really all about Kubernetes. So let's dive in a little bit on Kubernetes. What makes Kubernetes so critical to today's modern IT environment?
Yeah, this is a great question, and you could tackle it in so many different ways because Kubernetes has something for everyone. It truly does. You can dive in deep for years on like networking or containers or whatever automation. There's just so much to go through, and it's so rich with features, and that's what makes Kubernetes special is the innovation, and that's completely because of the open source community. When you have 2 million plus developers working on improving something, what comes out is magic, and there's no company in the world that can compare to that. Another um, amazing aspect of Kubernetes that people love is due to this incredible breakneck speed of innovation from all these millions of developers. Most cutting edge technologies nowadays are built on Kubernetes. So we're talking about AI, IoT, edge, and the reason these technologies go to Kubernetes is one, automation, optimization. So there's a lot of cost savings in compared to bare metal or virtual machines. But it's also that incredible flexibility and customization that Kubernetes provides for us. And then I guess another reason I would give out of the tons and tons of reasons of why Kubernetes is awesome. Obviously, I'm biased. I love Kubernetes, but it's a consistent platform across your infrastructure. So the promise of Kubernetes is that it's open source and that you have the same consistent platform whether you're deploying on AWS or where you're deploying in your home lab. It's the same system. It's consistent. It works, and you can use that to build your own platform and to introduce automation, scale, like automated scaling, management of containers, all that, which reduces your manual effort. And that's why people love it from the software side and also from the system admin side as well.
That's awesome. I mean, I think Kubernetes can be kind of a foreign concept to a lot of folks who maybe aren't in that kind of technical space, but I think a great way to think about it is that it is that enabler for innovation. It's the way that we're able to rapidly accelerate from an innovation standpoint. But as we all know, not everything is all rosy. What are some of the challenges that Kubernetes brings?
Kubernetes superpower is also its biggest weakness in my opinion. And to a lot of companies that you talk to out there, they struggle finding experts in Kubernetes, and with the limited resources, they have a really tough time. There's a lack of specialized knowledge out in the market, and it really affects you when you're trying to do anything Kubernetes related. It makes things complicated. If you're trying to innovate or modernize or do any type of transformation, you're limited by the expertise that you have on hand. And with such a rapid rate of innovation, it's very hard to stay uh, on top of that expertise. You also want to use the right technology for the job, whether you need to spread globally across providers or keep data local on-prem, AI or the edge. You want to be able to use all of it, and you don't want to have to deal with the nuances of each system of how is it that I'm going to integrate, you know, this edge deployment with what I have with this cloud provider and what I have on-prem. You want to have a single pane of glass where you can manage it all. And then also one of the biggest challenges and a thorn in all of our side is vendor lock-in. Um, some solutions, they they restrict flexibility, and they make it very difficult to adapt. Sometimes when you go to a certain provider, they'll require you to use their operating system, or to purchase a certain ecosystem of products in order to even be able to use their technology. And then it makes it very difficult to move away from those vendors once you're locked into their ecosystem. And then if you do solve all those issues, then your next challenge is complexity, right? And the complexity that comes from managing all these disparate systems wherever they may be. You have to manage, some apps that you have on AWS. You have to manage some apps that you have on-prem. The data all needs to run to all these different systems, and they all have to integrate somehow, right? How do you manage that? Do you have to go to each separate system, learn every different technology? And that becomes a challenge, because then the technical debt explodes at this point, right? And that is one of the biggest issues as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, going back to the vendor lock-in issue, you want your technology to align to your roadmap, not some vendor's roadmap, right? And so being able to solve all these things and allow you to innovate on your time and on your terms, I think that's something that's really important as you look for partners in this Kubernetes space. So coming off of that, SUSE offers quite a few things that help us organize that Kubernetes space. Specifically, our flagship product there is Rancher Prime. Can you tell us about the advantages of using Rancher Prime and how it helps to solve some of these problems?
Rancher Prime provides a unified multi-cluster management platform complete with RBAC that will simplify the orchestration and management of Kubernetes clusters across your entire infrastructure. And our major goal really is reducing complexity and empowering all skill levels. So we do add special, we make things very easy for anybody using Rancher Prime, regardless of your skill level. And this is specifically to attack those points I was talking about, that there is a lack of expertise, but with Rancher Prime, you're still able to get to production, even if you are lacking in those areas. And then, so we've been committed to open source and choice and interoperability. And you'll see this everywhere where SUSE is, where we're talking about something, is that you have the option to use the technology that you want. Obviously, we prefer that you use what we have, and we've proven over the decades that it's that the largest companies in the world can depend on it. Whatever your goals may be, Rancher Prime is the way that you're able to reach those goals.
That's awesome. So, Ivan, where can people find out more about Rancher Prime and its capabilities and how it might be able to help them?
Yeah, or the best place is going to our website. You can there chat with one of our experts, or go to suse.com/contact. You can also contact our consulting services as well if your time for a project is really short and you just need somebody to come in and solve your problems and get you started. Our consulting services are who you need to contact. And take advantage of our free training and certifications that we have on Rancher Academy, which will empower your teams on Kubernetes, on containers, on everything SUSE and Kubernetes as well. And that's for open source and community building as well.
That's great. We do love our communities here at SUSE. Well, Ivan, thank you so much for your time today. I hope this was an insightful conversation for folks wanting to learn more about Kubernetes and what SUSE can offer with its Rancher Prime solution. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.